EA says you don't want their games on Switch. There's a Chinese exclusive Rabbids game coming. Pokemon Go has been downloaded more than 1 billion times. And it's the Game Boy's 30th anniversary here in America. According to EA CEO Andrew Wilson, people don't want EA games on Switch. That's the thing. And you know what? You may be right. You may be right, Andrew, because you jam them with microtransactions and just greedy practices across the board. So maybe we don't want them. Maybe you're right. Maybe we're just like, yeah, keep them over there, buddy. But no, really, seriously, I don't know what he's getting at here. Apparently there was an earnings call this week, a quarterly earnings call, and someone suggested putting The Sims on the Switch, which I think would be a perfect fit. But Andrew Wilson said, no, cut that. We're not doing that. I don't know why. I feel like people would love The Sims on the Switch. They'd love to bring it on the go with them and play it portably, right? I mean, would they not? I mean, people love The Sims, but they're kind of stuck. I don't know if there's a Sims mobile game, but I feel like they're kind of stuck on their PC or wherever else they're going to play it. The Switch would be perfect for it, but Andrew Wilson says no. And his main reason for this was that he was like, well, people that own a Switch a lot of the time own a PlayStation or an Xbox, and they prefer to play EA games on there. And, you know, he's not wrong. And mainly because the EA games we've gotten, there's 4. There's literally 4 EA games on the Switch. The Switch has been around for years, and there are 4 games. And they're stripped down bullshit versions of what you can get somewhere else, a way better version. You can just get a nice, crisp-looking, full version of Xbox or PlayStation, and then the Switch, you get this garbage-looking thing that runs like shit. It's got features stripped down. It's like, of course no one's buying the fucking games, Andrew, because you make them like shit. Go look at Panic Button. Go Panic Button. Look how good of a job they do with Doom and stuff. The recent Wolfenstein Youngblood didn't look that great, but it's not that great of a game, I hear, anyways. It's a whole nother mess we're not going to get into. But anyways, give us a good port. There's people that can port these games well. Obviously, you can't. So give it a shot with someone else, and maybe you'll see some results here. Because the Switch, games usually sell best on Switch, right? I mean, I guess it depends on what it is. Like a sports game, probably not. EA's known for sports games. But a game like The Sims, I feel like if you put a Sims game out, it would probably sell best on the Switch. I may be wrong. Maybe it's PC, like just too diehard, that they would still win. But I don't know, man. It seems pretty good. And stuff like Roller Coaster Tycoon, isn't that EA? Like, there's all kinds of games that people would love on the Switch. Is that EA? I don't know. That might be like Atari or something. I'm probably wrong there, obviously. But they have lots of fun little games like SimCity. That's EA. That's got to be EA, right? Give us SimCity or something, you know? There's tons of games besides sports games that EA has that would do well on the Switch. Andrew Wilson's a fucking idiot and doesn't know what he's talking about. CEO of EA, great. You're hated and despised. Just like the air. God. And we're back. But yeah, I'm sure that no one likes you, Andrew. I'm sorry. But anyways, yeah, try doing some games that aren't stripped down garbage versions, and I'm sure you'll see results. I'm sure you'll see great results, because like I said, the Switch is a fucking monster in terms of sales, especially game sales. People just don't want to buy a shitty version. That's like all there is to it. Like, you're like, well, we gave you the absolute worst version of FIFA you could imagine. Why didn't you buy it? It's like, who are you? But at the end of the thing here, he said he's not gonna say never when it comes to Sims on the Switch. He just shut it down when someone suggested. They said, "What about Sims on the Switch?" And he said no. But he said at the end, like, you know what? I'm not gonna say never. It could potentially come, but he says, like, you know what? We're not that interested in the Switch. Basically, he's like, EA, we don't really give a shit about the Switch. You know what I mean? We lied and said we were gonna help support the Wii U. When that thing tanked, we got a bad taste in our mouth from Nintendo. So we're still trying to get that out. Anybody got some mints? So there you go. If you were looking forward to playing Madden on your Switch, I'm sorry. Not gonna happen. Pokemon Go has apparently been downloaded more than 1 billion times. And I know we talk about this fairly often. Pokemon Go is not dead. It's thriving. It's absolutely ridiculous. The money it's pumping into the Pokemon company is a huge reason why the core RPG series is dying. There's like, they see those dollar signs and they're like, yeah, fuck that shit. We're making more mobile apps. Boom. And they already got like 4 coming out. So Pokemon Go, that's a huge milestone. I don't know what other apps have been downloaded 1 billion times. Obviously, Instagram and Facebook and shit like that. But like a game, I don't know, Flappy Bird, Angry Birds, I don't know. All the Birds games have been downloaded a lot. Birds are popular. There's Pidgey, so Maybe that's why Pokemon Go did so well. But when Pokemon Go came out, it just made me think about when Pokemon Go came out. It was just hell on earth. Everyone was playing it. Everywhere you went, it was just Pokemon Go out, literally just streets of people, full of people playing Pokemon Go. You don't see that anymore, but you do see weird little groups everywhere. If you go to like a park where it's like there's tons of like little statues to get Pokeballs and stuff, you do see a lot of groups of people playing and doing that. You don't see that with other stuff. Harry Potter even made a game recently that's like the exact same thing as Pokemon Go. It's like literally just a ripoff. That's how popular Pokemon Go is. That Harry Potter was like, you know what? Let's just copy it exactly. Fuck it, we're doing it. I don't know if Niantic makes that or who made it, but Niantic made it. That's really lazy. Literally, the game before Pokemon Go was that exact same thing, and then like, you know what? You want us to make a Pokemon game? We'll just throw Pokemon onto the game we already made, which was the same exact thing where you went around to monuments and all that random shit. Anyways, Pokemon Go's killing it. It's not dead. It's not dying anytime soon. It's thriving. It's making the Pokemon Company a lot of money, and it's also destroying Pokemon from the inside out. So thank you, Pokemon Go, and congratulations on your milestone. Bev. I saw this and I was like, what, who, why? Apparently Ubisoft is making what potentially is, this is not confirmed, a Chinese exclusive Rabbids game. Because apparently Ubisoft's been wanting to focus on like creating experiences for Chinese gamers. And I'm just like, why? Like, why? Just make a game for everywhere and then have it available in China. Why do you got to make a special game just for China? Why does everybody got to make special games just for China? And you're like, Shane, the rating sport and blah, blah, blah. It's a party game. It's a Rabbids party game. It's literally a Mario Party ripoff. This could go everywhere and China. Why does it have to be a China exclusive? That's so weird to me. I just thought that was fucking strange. I saw the commercial for it. It looked like fucking garbage. It looked terrible. All right, it was seriously just a straight up really bad Mario Party clone. All I saw was mini games. I didn't even see a board or anything. It was like, yeah, ha ha ha, like hitting a tree or something. And I was like, who is this gonna? Do Chinese people like this? Is that what they want? I don't get it. I just didn't get any of it. I was just like, who wants this? Why? China. I mean, God bless you if you like that. Congratulations, you're getting it. Probably exclusive. It was Chinese themed. Kind of like a Journey to the West, which is like what Dragon Ball was originally based off of, I'm pretty sure. It was like the theme around it. Obviously, it's a party game, so it has no, I don't imagine it has any like actual story. That'd be weird if it did, but there you go. China's getting a bullshit Rabbids Mario Party ripoff. I don't know who wanted this. I don't know who decided that this was a good idea, why they couldn't make it for the rest of the world, but hey, Ubisoft, no, I guess they know what they're doing, right? And finally, a celebration is in order. The Game Boy just turned 30 years old in North America. We celebrated it when it turned 30 years old worldwide from its original release in Japan. But now it's on our home turf. It's been on our home turf for 30 years. Almost as old as me. It was July 31st, 1989. I was August 25th, 1990. So they beat me by a year. The Game Boy beat me by a year. I didn't actually play a Game Boy until I was like 4. I think I was like 4, maybe 3 or 4. 4 probably. I'm gonna guess 4. I remember playing a Game Boy at my uncle's house. He was a weeaboo back before it was a thing. I would go and hang out in his room when I was at my grandma's house. It's like my step grandma. I'm just gonna say my grandma. But anyways, I would go and hang out in his room, and he had anime VHSs and like every Super Nintendo game, and he would show me all this cool stuff. And he showed me the Game Boy, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on, because I had an NES at my house, all right? I did not have a Super Nintendo. I didn't even know Super Nintendo was a thing, but until I saw his. But I had an NES at my house, all right? And I was like, wait a minute, you're telling me I can bring a similar experience on the go? I could be in the car with my family, and I could be playing video games? That's what you're telling me? Okay, hold on, Daniel. That was his name. And I was enamored by the Game Boy. I remember playing it all night that night. We were at my grandma's, and when it was time to leave, he knew I had a PlayStation. I think so. Actually, I might have been 6 years old at the time, because I think it was around the time PlayStation first came out, maybe 95. I think it was a PlayStation. I was 5. All right, somewhere around then. Don't quote me on the age. All right, but I was young. Okay, I just remember this night. But I remember I was leaving. I was going to leave, and he knew I had a PlayStation. It wasn't mine. All right. You know what? This story sucks. I fucked the story up. It's all over the place. All right, but I'm sorry. Anyways, when I was leaving, my stepdad had a PlayStation when it just came out. It was brand new, and I was like, man, I really want this Game Boy. And he was like, I'll trade you for your PlayStation in exchange for your Game Boy. And I was like, done deal. Of course I would do that. I was playing Super Mario Land. I loved it. I didn't know that it was like, you could beat it in like 15 minutes. I was just having a great time. But anyways, my stepdad came in the room and was like, all right, Shane, we got to go. And I was like, all right, well, we're trading Daniel our PlayStation for this Game Boy. Sorry, buddy. And he was like, no, we're not. And then I cried. I cried a lot. It was terrible. But I eventually did get my own Game Boy, a Game Boy Pocket. Actually, it was the first Game Boy I got. I think it was a green Game Boy Pocket for Christmas. I don't remember when it was. I was like probably 7, you know, who knows. But I got a Game Boy eventually. I got Donkey Kong Land. It was great. I loved it. I loved the Game Boy. Game Boy to Game Boy to Game Boy Pocket to Game Boy Color to Game Boy Advance to Game Boy Advance SP to the DS. And we lost the Game Boy name. I was there for every single step of the way in some shape or form. And god damn it, I loved it. I fucking loved it. Game Boy Advance, my god, so many hours on Pokemon games on there. I literally, when I tried to sleep one night after playing Pokemon Red version all day with my friend. We literally played it on his front porch like all day. I had the music from the game so embedded in my head that I like couldn't sleep because it was like still playing loud, like and I was just like trying to sleep and I could just hear it so loud. I'm dead serious that fucking happened. And I was like, dude, this is fucked. But I loved it. The Game Boy was incredible. Thank you for all the memories. I wish we could have, why can't we have the Game Boy name back, right? Can we not just have the Game Boy name back? Like, why did we change it to DS? Like, that sucks. I would love if the DS was called like Game Boy DS and Game Boy 3DS and like whatever. I love Game Boy. That's just a fun name, Game Boy. But we lost it after the SP, sadly. But hey, you know what? You had a great run, Game Boy. Original Game Boy's 30 years old. That's 3 decades of entertainment. Wow. You nailed it. There's still people out there playing their Game Boys right fucking now. Right now, as I'm filming this video, there's someone out there enjoying their Game Boy. If that's not a legacy, I don't know what is. All right? If you want to look like this badass on screen right here, have our merch store at FUgameCrue.BigCartel.com. We got shirts, we got mugs. 3 $25 tiers on the Patreon are opened up right now. We send you a box of memes, some video games, some DVDs, VHS, stickers, all kinds of random fun stuff. We will have stickers soon for purchase, by the way, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, check out the Patreon. Lots of fun tiers there. Links to everything in the description. Get down there and play around, and I'll see ya later.
So I want to say thank you to your loyalty. Thank you for your support.
I really fucked the hell out of that story, didn't I?